Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your lore bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
I'm Corey.
Okay. It's very elaborate.
Yeah, that sucks.
Today we're playing the One Ring RPG from Free League. It is a Tolkien Lord of the Rings universe RPG. It's a great product, very beautiful.
Yeah, this is part 4, so make sure you go back and listen to the other ones if you haven't, because this is shit ended real wacky last week. So
Yeah.
Don't start here.
yeah,
A bit of a cliffhanger. Our heroes were exploring the haunted halls of Hadirian. Yeah, so our heroes had ventured into the Hall of Hadirian, found that it was haunted by the Lady Elwyn.
Who goes by a different name now. You said something Wraith.
Yeah, she's a wraith.
yeah,
She is a Wraith. She
A
has
Wraith.
not changed her name to Wraith.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. She goes by Bonnie Wraith now.
The presence of Lady Elwyn struck the party, separated them.
She likes to split you apart,
Yeah.
split up so she can prey on you individually and confuse you.
Yeah, just like Rachel Maddow.
I just have this image of like Rachel Maddow throwing like a stun grenade into a
the
crowd
fuck is
in just a random street of New York and then hunting the people through the alleys.
Yeah,
That might be the funniest reference Austin's ever made.
the predator of the left.
Some dude just covered in blood banging on an apartment door. Let me in, it's Maddow. They just lock it.
It's Mad Dog Maddow.
So we open on a ruined house. Most of the roof is gone. The windows are just hollow openings out of the world. The door is shattered on the floor. Weeks, the dwarf, he's got his tattered cloak up over his head. It's just a fat dwarvish nose and a big bushy beard sticking out. He and Bungo are huddled in a corner. Weeks is whispering, "We should just go. They're dead. Your friends are dead. You could come live with me in Nargnala. I mean, it's not a pleasant place, but it's better than here."
Well, don't think I don't appreciate the offer, but I hate to leave me mates. Plus, I got me horse Colby. He's been hours without his inhaler for his asthma.
Weeks looks at you. His hands are gripping the haft of his axe, white-knuckled. I don't know. You could try to convince him to help you search for your friends.
Here's what I want to know. Is there any way to defeat this wraith? I mean, you've been here for a while. You've seen what she's done. You've seen what she's capable of. Is there any way we can kill this bird?
Do you have any persuasion-type skills?
I have a 2 in persuasion.
Okay, you could try to persuade him to tell you what he knows.
All right, my target number is 16. I'm going to spend a hope. My hope is now at 11.
Damn, you got mad hope.
How many shadow points do you have?
None.
Nice.
3 D6s and a D12. 14.
Weeks just shakes his head. She can't be killed. She can't be killed. I've seen a lot of people try. Essentially failing. He's telling you what he thinks is the truth. You could have gotten some more discerning information if you had made the roll, but... So he says, we should go. Or I should go. Or if you're staying here...
I appreciate all you've done for me, Weeks, but I can't leave me buds out there to die.
Are you interested in trying to convince him to stay and help you?
Yes.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
Quick question, Mr. Weeks.
Yeah. And he's looking around, eyes wide, just glancing from shadow to shadow.
You fancy riddles?
What kind of psycho asks that in a time like this? Of course I'm into riddles.
All right. Ask me a riddle. If I get it right, you have to help me.
Confound it all, I can never say no to a riddling game.
Middle Earth.
So he grudgingly agrees. He will have a riddling game with you.
All right. Are we going to do riddles, or are we just going to roll to see if,
Well,
see if Bungo wins?
I mean, unless we're just going to be Googling riddles on our phone and asking each other.
It'll be a montage.
Yeah.
Put
One foot in front of the other, put the other foot down.
Yeah. So you roll your riddling skill. You can have a bonus die because he is terrible at riddles.
Okay. Well, let's see.
What's a duck?
Not a lot of dwarves in Nargnala that are into riddles, so his competition is not very good.
What's black and white and red all over?
Damn. His science is too tight.
Okay, so Bungo is like a riddle master, pretty much.
Yeah.
He has a 4 in it, and he's favored.
Jesus.
So that's 2 D12s and 4 D6s. And you gave me an extra one because Weeks sucks at riddles.
He's terrible.
You're just gonna erase his mind.
Just like Men in Black. It's like,
No, you're gonna total recall. You're gonna implant new memories where he's been part of our crew the whole time.
We must rescue friend Zip.
all right. Target number 16. And I'm rolling like 20 die.
If you fuck this up,
Right? And that's 26.
Bungo goes first, asks Weeks a riddle. You start really easy. He does not get it. Okay. And he says, okay, well, you're probably going to not get mine either, so we'll be tied this first round.
All right.
He says, what's got no eyes, but it has a mouth that just spews a lot of water down the mountainside, and it courses through the countryside, and people have boats on it?
I believe, Weeks, that would be a river.
Damn it, you're good.
now, Kyle, since he did roll a 6 on there, does that mean his riddles are piercing?
Weeks dies. So he will tell you something that he earlier did not because you got so many 6s. So he said, I'll help you. A long time ago, after the Witch King cursed her, a bunch of us came up to try to take her down. She killed 5 dwarves before the rest of us ran. Well, we killed her, but she came back when we were sleeping.
Well, what did she do when she came back?
Well, she took my friend Jerry. She stabbed him in the back with a sword. Then cut him in half, basically. Just all his blood spewed onto me. Barley tried to hit her with an axe. He hit her right in the head. The axe just got stuck in her skull. She grabbed him by the throat, ripped out his throat, shoved that in his mouth, kicked him off the mountainside. It got worse from there.
Oh.
He keeps going through these horrible ways. She butchered his friends.
Poor Timothy, he got it the worst.
Yeah. She ripped Ted in half.
You ever read any Chuck Palahniuk? Oh boy.
But after he gets through that, he does agree to help you find your friends in memory of the ones he lost so long ago.
Aw.
Well, let's help you get your revenge.
Fuck that. She's terrifying. Let's just find your friends and get out of here.
All right, that's agreeable.
So you guys head off into the city. Meanwhile, you were having your riddling contest. Ezel and Zip are struggling through fog that is now so dense you can barely see a foot in front of you. Searching your way through these ruins. Ezel on the rooftops, which does not help.
Aw.
So you guys have 2 basic choices. You could try to find your friends or hide. Maybe you have something else you want to do, but those are the obvious choices I see.
Guys, is anybody out there?
No.
Yeah, Zip says that, and it echoes, anybody out there? Anybody out there? Anybody out there?
I don't know where to go.
And all that keeps echoing, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. And the laughter just keeps echoing all around Zip,
Who is that laughing at me?
and it stops. And your last thing you said, who is that laughing at me, does not echo at all.
So Zip is on the edge of madness at this point. So
Okay.
I have a shadow of 8.
Yes.
And my hope is down to 9. And I'm strongly considering whether Zip succumbs to this first round of madness in order to expunge his shadow.
Well, there's another thing you can do. It's called a shadow scar. You can harden your will, and you wipe out your shadow. However, you take a shadow scar, which is a permanent point of shadow that can only go away in very specific conditions in the fellowship phase.
How do I go about hardening my will?
You can do it anytime you want. Now, the caveat there, if your shadow reaches the maximum of your hope, you cannot harden your will. You have to have a bout of madness.
Okay, well, I'm nowhere near my maximum, but I am getting down to the point where my shadow is going to match my hope.
Sure.
And I don't need that to happen right before a final confrontation. So I believe Zip is going to try to harden himself and be braver, grips his mattock tighter, surges forward, and says, "You will not take me, darkness."
Okay.
Tim Curry from Legend steps out of the...
So you harden your will. wipe out all your shadow except for one point that does not go away. That is your shadow scar.
Okay.
Corey, what is Ezel doing?
Ezel is going to do some ninja shit.
Okay.
He's going to disappear into the shadows, the fog, and then some other shadows that are crisscrossing some of the other shadows.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's getting down off the roof.
So you're trying to sneak.
I am. Do I need to roll like stealth?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, are you just trying to hide at this point? Or are you trying to get somewhere specific?
Kyle, I'm essentially slinking about.
Okay.
Is what I'm doing here.
Gotcha. Slinking about.
Yeah, but my goal is to find Bungo or Zip against my better judgment. But I'm going to slink with my back to the walls of anything I can find. I'm going to slink about.
Well, I think we'll just assume that you're successful in the stealth. What skill do you want to use to try to locate them?
Can I use my bow to shoot and see if I hear a squeak from someone getting hit?
No, that definitely would work.
Okay,
No. Do you not have Explorer?
Or scan?
Kyle, can I use song in this situation to sing a song? We've been traveling together for quite a while.
Yes.
We have a buddy language we created.
Sure.
Can I
You're
sing?
not going to convince me it's song.
Can I sing a song? It's actually one that Bungo made up. And Ezel hates it, but he's heard it so much he knows it word for word. Can I use it as a beacon?
I would say that an elvish song might be something that could pierce the magical veil that is separating you all.
There's magic on those words.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not the ones Bungo wrote, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use song
Okay.
to try to act as a beacon
I sing that.
to guide them to you.
Okay.
I fly toward the light and powers in the handoff. We all succeed together when we find that boy Gandalf.
Austin, I just don't know why we invited you to join this. Okay. I'm actually favored in song, and I have 2 dice in it.
Okay.
My target number is 14.
You gonna spend any hope?
Fuck that. I have a beautiful voice. Got a 19 and I got a 6 on there, so
Nice.
I really hit those high notes.
Did you roll?
That's the song.
Did you roll any 6s?
I did, 1.
Okay, so in that case, they both hear the song.
Oh, beautiful.
Bungo turns to Weeks and says, I think I hear an angel.
So in the distance, Bungo, you could hear an elvish song
From a distance.
echoing over the ruins. Zip, you hear the same.
You hear Ezel in the distance. It's just a demo. Check out my SoundCloud.
I'm on Bandcamp. So Bungo says to Weeks, that voice you're hearing is me buddy Ezel, and he's bringing us to him with the beacon of his angelic voice.
Okay, so I assume that means Bungo and Weeks are following the sound of the voice.
Exactly.
The siren song.
And Zip is as well.
Yeah, as best he can.
Now, are you guys making haste, moving carefully, moving with stealth?
Bungo and Weeks are moving with stealth.
Okay.
Zip is definitely not moving with fucking stealth, but he is moving carefully.
Okay, so Todd, you're going to roll stealth. Austin, what skill you think best represents how Zip is traversing the city?
You know what? I'm going to use scan to stay particularly watchful of anything in the environment as I move through the fog.
Okay, you can do that. There's a lot of fog, so that will be some significant penalties, but doable. Todd, roll your stealth. Now,
Favored in stealth. 3 die.
so I'm going to roll a die over here. Okay, so the more successes you get, the sooner you will get to Ezel.
Okay.
Successes meaning like 6s or...
Yes.
That boy.
Okay.
So you can have an overall success on the roll and then 6s.
Okay.
That will reduce the amount of time that Ezel is alone fighting the Wraith.
Oh,
Fighting the Wraith. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear that, Ezel?
Yes.
I mean, she has ears.
Oh, of course. My target number is 16. Oh, shit. There's that boy.
I love that boy.
So, did you get any additional 6s?
No 6s, but I got that boy.
Todd will get there in 3 rounds.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Austin,
All right. So my scan is a 3.
okay, you can use scan. The fog is really dense, so you're down 2 dice.
Oh,
2D,
man.
minus 2D.
I'm going to use a hope now that I'm free of shadow.
There you go.
I'm rolling a D12 and 2D6. My target number is a 16. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, wow.
Austin is dat boy a bad rolling.
That's Sauron's symbol. And the other 2 dice aren't that great either.
So you failed totally, and you rolled the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, Zip falls down.
Yeah, he's going to. So Weeks and Bungo set off toward the elvish singing, moving from the shadows. Weeks proving surprisingly able at stealth as well. Living probably beneath an eldritch horror will make you a bit spry. Zip starts hustling, trusting to his dwarvish sight to guide him safely. He scrambles over a low wall. The fog parting around him, jumps over a pile of boulders,
Yup, look out.
not realizing that there's a well on the other side of those boulders.
Oh my god.
Here I go. Ah!
So, you know the sound that the bucket makes when Pippin knocks it down the well?
Yeah.
that except screaming.
Gotcha.
You hit something hard, it kind of shifts underneath you. You push yourself up and are looking down into an orcish face. And we will cut to Ezel.
That was the end.
He's standing in this courtyard. The fog is slowly receding around him. Ancient cobblestones beneath his feet.
All the woodland creatures have gathered
Yeah.
around me to hear my song.
There are eagles flying above.
Yeah.
A wind is coming down the side of the tower, stirring up the dust.
He's holding his arms out in a crucifix pose.
Like
and his
Scott
shirt
Stapp.
Yes, his shirt is flying behind him.
Windows wide open.
Across the courtyard from you, emerging from the fog, is a crooked humanoid figure wrapped in tatters. What flesh you can see on hands and bits of face is almost transparent. Eyes glowing like embers beneath a dark hood. Thin strands of hair so pale it's almost white. A voice addressed you, hissing, "Why have you come? There is only death. Lead now."
Ah, yes, my lady. You must be the one they call Bonnie Wraith.
There's a scraping sound. You notice she's dragging a pitted sword behind her.
My lady, we were sent upon a quest. We mean you no ill will. And fighting you seems like it would suck. You can look upon me and see an elf with your glowing weird eyes. You know we're okay, dudes. We only seek the treasure to send back to our patron, Gilrayan. She's also a woman, so y'all got that in common. You know, ladies.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. So, Bonnie Wraith, let's give them something to talk about. We will sing songs. You heard my song a minute ago. I will write a song in your honor, and your memory will live on forever. Not in a bad way, but like back when you were hot.
So, Corey, what position do you want to take in combat? It's one-on-one, so you cannot take rearward. You could do open, forward, or defensive.
I'm going defensive.
Okay? So, close combat attacks aimed at you lose 1d, and you lose 1d for each opponent engaging you. So, there's only one, of course.
Okay.
So, she raises the sword, rushes towards you, clearly attacking. You're the player, so you get to go first. There are no volleys.
What's the positioning here? Where's the tower?
The tower is relatively at your back, probably 1 or 2 streets over. You're not sure.
Okay.
You guys are in some sort of courtyard, or maybe just all the buildings here were knocked down. You're not sure. It's hard to tell from the fog.
Okay, while I'm in the defensive stance, I can try to escape battle.
If you can strike defensively successfully, instead of doing damage, you can withdraw.
My goal is to escape the battle. I don't think I'm going to beat this woman.
That's fair.
My goal is to disengage, disappear into the shadows, and try to get up to the tower, which is behind me.
So, yeah, so you'll make a attack roll defensive, which is art minus 1d, because you're defensive.
Okay.
And if you are successful, then you can escape instead of doing damage.
Do I need to roll like one of my weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be you have a spear, right?
Spear and a bow.
You couldn't use the bow because you're in close combat. So
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to wave my spear wildly to like disorient her. Like, if you wave something real fast, it like looks like it's one big thing, but it's just
the way Thanos
Sure.
makes that shield.
Oh,
when
it's
he spins
crazy.
his fucking thing.
Or you could hold it between your fingers like a pencil and do this, so it looks like it's rubbery.
I do that. You ever see a spear bend? And I do that. Okay, so my spear is 2D. Or actually, it's 1D once I remove the die because I'm on defense.
gotcha.
Bad.
So your target number is your strength.
Yeah, which is 14.
In this case, she has parry plus 2, so it is 16 is your target number for this roll.
Well, gosh. Well, I'm going to use a hope. I can only use one at a time, right? So,
Correct. Yeah,
okay.
you can't say, 5 hope.
Yeah, down to 6 hope.
All right, so you're rolling 2 dice now, 2 d6s and a d12.
Correct. Got a 16 exactly, my friends.
Man.
Oh, what did you roll?
16.
Well, I mean, on the die specifically.
Yeah, I didn't get any
No
sixes.
sixes?
No
Okay.
sixes, yeah.
She comes in with a sword, swinging, screeching. Ezel's doing something with the spear. She lashes out at him. He
Wiggle magic.
bats her sword away, spins, and disappears into the fog. And both Zip and Bungo, and also, of course, Weeks, hear this scream of frustration that echoes through the ruins.
As Ezel backs into the fog, the last thing she sees is 2 hands pop out, and he does that thing where he's making his thumb come off to freak her out even more. Illusions.
But Zip is face to face with an orc, glaring at him beneath an iron helm, dead for centuries,
Oh.
at the bottom of a well.
Well, shit. Thought I was about to get to kill an orc.
You took 4 endurance from falling.
Ow. So I'm down to 24.
Oh no.
You're a stout feller.
Yeah.
Now, you are at the bottom of a well, which is unfortunate.
No passages to either side or anything like that.
No, I mean, this was a legit well. It was not a, secret passage. It's just, you're at the bottom. It's a dirt bottom. It's long dried up.
I think I'm going to try to use my toolkit to craft some...
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll start my new life here.
Like, excuse me, Mr. Orc. Let me fashion something real quick.
Well, the orc's dead.
Yeah, the orc's a corpse.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was like one of those Living Dead
Oh,
orcs.
I thought it was an undead
No, no,
corpse.
Yeah, I did
No.
No, it's a literal corpse. It died during the siege.
Okay, well
Aw.
then...
I would start...
I was literally picturing Zip facing down a zombie orc
Hang
and being
on a
like,
minute, buddy.
hang on. Let me make something.
In his defense, that does sound like something Zip would do.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah. First, he would desecrate the bones of the orc.
Just pissing him off.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is try and craft some climbing implements that would help me kind of pierce the stone and
Sure.
claw my way back up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're just going to make some crude, pythons.
Yeah. So craft is a favored skill. I already
Okay.
have 2 in it. So if I'm using my toolkit, I'm rolling 2d12 and 3d6. And I'm going to
Okay.
spend a hope point, actually, and give myself 4d6.
Okay.
My target number for craft falls under strength, so that's 14. All right, so I rolled a total of 22 with 1 6.
He fashions web slingers.
Whee! So Zip takes out his tools, takes 2 pieces of iron that he has and starts fashioning crude pythons, strips some old leather bits from the orc's body to aid his construction, and embedded in the orc's skull finds an old Numenorian arrowhead, which would be worth something. So note that down on your character sheet.
Okay.
A few minutes later, we see top of the well, Zip crawling out.
Can he pop out?
He's a dwarf, not a hobbit.
Yeah.
All right, Zip's back.
Oh, God.
Above him looms the Tower of Hidarian.
All right, I'm headed for this tower. I don't want to run into whoever's making this fucking fog, but I'm going to go into this tower.
Meanwhile, Weeks and Bungo are hustling through the shadowy streets,
Stealthily.
stealthily through the fog. The elvish song has gone away. but you know the general direction. Corey, what is Ezel's purpose now?
Ezel's going to rush up the tower, essentially to get to the crucified corpse of whoever that is, King Hadirian.
Lord Hadarian, yeah.
Lord, yeah.
Okay, so what skill are you using to push your speed here?
I assume athletics makes sense here.
That does make sense, yeah.
Thanks. I'm favored in athletics and I have 3 dice, which is why I even brought it up in the first place. And target number 14. That is 22.
Okay.
No 6s or anything.
Ezel finds his way through the streets, runs into the base of the tower. It is a ruined ancient keep. You see stairs going up.
Does he see Zip?
He does not see Zip. He does see the Wraith launching itself out of the shadows toward him.
Like in the tower?
Yeah, she's in the tower now.
Fucking rude.
Hey, Wraith's gonna wraith.
Yeah.
But you made your athletics roll, so Ezel, I assume, ninja flips out of the way.
I think more he slides underneath her.
Yeah, the sword just swinging centimeters above your hair.
Yeah, I slide on my knees upstairs and do that backward bend thing that somebody does in some movies. I guess.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
Matrix.
Yeah, it's
style.
probably it's cool.
Yeah, and sprints upstairs, frustrated, screaming, following you.
Yes, you should be used to that by now. I'm a ninja.
So Zip finds himself on the opposite side of the tower, no way in. So he's just resorted to climbing up it. So Austin, athletics makes sense to me, but maybe you have another idea?
Could I use scan to try and find the best handholds as I'm climbing up?
Yes.
So then my target number is 16. I'm rolling a d12 and 3d6. I rolled a 19.
Zip starts clambering up the side of the tower, wind whipping his clothes and hair, some terrifying screeching coming from inside. Then he hears a voice, "Look at that asshole!" And you look down and you can see far below you in the ravine, in the remains of the bandit camp, 2 men pointing up at you.
Hey there, fellas.
One of them knocks an arrow.
Well, fuck.
We cut to Bungo and Weeks scurrying through the darkness of the tower. Weeks saying, "Come on, this way!" And they come out on a landing in time to see Ezel doing some weird elvish slide jump up these stairs and the Wraith screeching after him. Now, Todd, you can attempt to aid Ezel with the Wraith or go up the tower your own way.
Do they see the men who are looking at Zip?
Oh, they're inside the tower. So Ezel and Weeks and Bungo and the Wraith are inside the tower, which has ruined windows and everything, but Zip is up outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bungo's gonna try to assist Ezel.
Okay, what's he doing?
Okay, well, the thing about Bungo,
What is
Please.
the thing about him?
Please tell me the thing
What
about
is his
Bungo.
fucking deal?
his calling is scholar.
I would not have guessed that.
As a scholar, he's very knowledgeable about lore. And so he's going to take a look at the Wraith, and he's going to file through the old mental Rolodexy-wexy and see if he can come up with a plan.
Roll your lore.
All right, his lore is, he's just got 1D in it, but he's going to spend hope. Target number is 16. And he rolled a 13.
Oh.
The Wraith emerges onto this landing that you guys are on, and whatever thoughts were forming in Bungo's brain just congeal and freeze. And Weeks is tugging, "Come on, we gotta get out of here." So I assume that Ezel is going to continue to evade.
Yeah, he's trucking.
Yeah, so you look back behind you, and the Wraith has turned towards Bungo and is looming over him, sword raised, and Bungo is frozen.
And Weeks is still there, right?
Weeks is behind him, trying to drag him away.
Okay, I'm going to use awe. Basically, what I'm going to try to distract
Okay.
and run upstairs to give Bungo time to get out of there, because I think Bungo and Weeks could do probably better work with the men who are down at the bottom, because Bungo ain't find no Wraith.
A good call. Yeah, so you're just going to try to get the Wraith to follow the elf.
Yeah, I shout to the Wraith, "Hey, remember this one? Did you figure it out yet?" And then I do the axe jiggle again. Yeah, you don't know how it's done, you stupid.
All right, roll your awe.
Okay, I got a 2 in all. Oh, that ain't good. It's an 11.
It works a little too well. The wraith, the head just does that tilt where it's instantly looking at you.
Yeah.
And faster than should be possible, it's on top of you, sword hacking at you, and you're in combat. What position are you taking?
I was just kidding. I'm staying defensive.
So you can try you can try the same. You can try to hit it with your defensive, on the defensive, and then evade.
Okay, I'm going to try to take the butt of my spear to push her off of me. She is like corporeal. She's
Yes.
like a
Yes.
physical thing. Okay.
It's like the ring wraiths in that there
Gotcha.
is something there.
right. It's just empty and sad inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So you're defensive, so you're at minus 1d.
Okay.
But your spear is what? 2d normally?
Correct.
Spend some more hope.
I'm going to use one more hope.
How many hope you got there, son?
That's down to 5.
Ooh. How many and you have 2 shadow, right?
That's correct. That makes it 2D.
Yep.
Target's 14.
16 because she has parry.
That's a 15.
So it is dark in the tower, and she is a denizen of the dark, so her rolls to attack are favored while in darkness.
Oh, good lord.
I'm going to spend a point of hate to get an extra d6. Oh, and if I roll the Eye of Sauron, that is the opposite of you guys.
Oh, cool.
all right.
So the Eye of Sauron is what I want. So what is your parry? 35. I hit a 35, Corey.
My parry is not 35.
34?
No, it's 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So she hit on an 11. Well, she hit on like a 30. But she hit with an 11, which is high enough to inflict a piercing blow. Her initial damage is 4.
That's with her weapon, right?
That's just the endurance damage. Yeah.
Gotcha.
She has 3 successes, 3 6s.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to do some stuff with those that's really fun. She's going to inflict a heavy blow, which inflicts additional loss of endurance equal to her attribute level. So you take an additional 5 endurance.
So that's a total of 9.
Yes.
Okay.
So she also inflicts a piercing blow, which inflicts a wound. So you'll need to roll your armor, your protection skill, which is a d12 plus your armor.
Okay, my armor is a leather corselet. It's really nice. And it's 2D, so I'm rolling a d12 and 2D.
Correct.
Okay. And is that my target number for my wits? It's underneath that.
I believe there's a target number associated with the weapon.
Correct, Austin. In this case, it is 16. Her pitted blade.
Oh. 18, so.
Nice.
Nice.
So you just take the endurance damage.
Yeah, I just weakly go twa.
Don't worry. I'm going to spend another one of these 6s on more endurance damage. So that's another 5.
Okay.
Oh, good lord.
And then the final one is on C's. So her sword slams into Ezel, and he gets his buckler up just in time. There's this crack across the buckler. She's inches from his face. She stabs down. His leather armor turns the blow. Then a cold skeletal hand clamps around his throat and lifts the elf up into the air.
No.
And she is saying something that Weeks and Bungo do not understand because they do not speak the black speech. Now, you are seized. You can only fight in forward stance, making brawling attacks. Seized heroes may free themselves, spending a success icon from a successful attack roll. So, 14 and you're seized. But you're not wounded. Like, you can lose any amount of endurance, you're not going to die. And to make a brawling attack, you just take your highest combat proficiency, minus 1 die, that's brawling. So, like, yours is probably bows.
They're both the same as 2 die, but in the forward, I gain 1 die, so that evens out.
Yeah, that would equal out.
Okay.
For now that he's had a moment to come to his senses, what is Bungo doing, Todd?
He sees Ezel being held aloft by his throat by the giant wraith, and he decides that he's going to try to distract her with song.
Okay.
He has a 2 in song.
So he's pretty good at it.
2 dice, yes. And he's going to spend a hope. Knocks me down to 9 in me hope. Rolling 3d6s and 1d12. He's going to sing a lovely song to distract the wraith and help out his buddy Ezel. Target number is 17.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's that boy.
Oh, shit.
There he is.
And I think you got a success anyway. Those are high,
Yeah,
some
there's
high
a
fucking
6.
numbers.
Yeah.
Got the Gandalf rune and a 6. Total was a 24.
Ooh.
Damn.
So, Todd, what does Bungo sing that so infuriates the wraith that she forgets about the elf she's about to gut?
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
No.
99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
So for a moment, Ezel sees her as she truly was, this proud, beautiful Numenorian woman clad in armor, face contorted with an impossible rage. The hand drops. Ezel, from beneath the tattered cloak comes this long spear. Weeks grabs Hobbit. Get out of there, you idiot! And pulls him away as the spear slams into the wall where Bungo had been standing.
Oh.
Stone cracking, she screams inarticulately, and Weeks and Bungo are hustling down this side tunnel while Ezel slips away. Meanwhile, outside, the wind blowing Zip's hair as he climbs the tower, we hear, "Shoot that bastard, Herc!" And down in the remains of the bandit camp, we see there are two men. One, a sniveling sidekick. The other, Herc Oarsman, leader of the bandits, standing 6 feet, 5 inches tall, handlebar mustache that you could drive a Harley with, flowing black hair, broad shoulders,
Is that an eye patch I see?
an eye patch, cigar.
I didn't even know they had them.
He's pretty much Randall Tex Cobb in Raising Arizona. Right?
He has this huge longbow. He's pulling back an arrow the size of a baseball bat, it looks like. At least to Zip.
All right, I got to do something. So, Zip is going to take his shield
Oh, God.
and, using his scan skill in order to find the perfect angle, try to reflect the glare of the sun down onto the bandits the way you would reflect the light of your watch, the face of your watch at somebody when you were back in middle school or something.
What happened at your school? I've never.
Like, remember
No,
when you were
that
at
was
school? Remember when you were at school and people were shooting arrows at you and you're on the monkey bars and you had a shield?
Also went to a very different school.
Yeah.
So what is your scan?
It's 3.
So that'll be your parry for this one.
Okay.
So add your scan to your current parry.
So then I have an 18.
And Herc is shooting at you. Pulls back on the string. I'm gonna get him. And then suddenly there's a flash of light that blinds him. Ah! There's the twang of the bowstring. The arrow goes wide. He put the sun in my eyes. That's cheating.
That was close. I gotta get up the rest of this fucking tower. And hearing the scream from inside, Zip starts scooting across the surface of this tower like a fucking praying mantis.
Athletics?
Yeah, so it crosses Zip's mind that maybe the treasure that everyone's seeking is whatever this crown or diadem is on top of the crucified dead lord at the top of this tower.
Or maybe it was the friends we brought with us the whole time.
The friendships we made on the way.
With that blue jewel in it that's sending the light up into the sky. And
Yeah, that's fair.
in Zip's, simple mind, we can maybe try to solve this problem if we somehow join the crown and this wraith that's chasing my friends around.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make for the top of the tower where I can grab that.
Sure, I get you. And you're using...
Let's see. So the last time I was climbing,
you scan.
I used scan to try and find the best handholds. I think I'd like to do that again.
No.
Okay. So if I'm climbing faster now, I guess I'm just down to athletics.
This is speed. These guys are going to keep shooting arrows at you. You don't have time to take your time,
All right.
unfortunately.
Well, then I'm going to spend a hope point and give myself a third die. Target number for strength is 14. All right. I rolled a 15.
Zip clambers quickly up the side of the tower. One hand grabs up onto the body of the dead lord, crawls up beside him.
Spoons.
All right. Hey there, buddy. I need to take this.
The head, in the wind, tilts towards you. The jewel in the crown glowing, shining blue, even in the middle of a sunny day. Meanwhile, downstairs, the wraith is pursuing Bungo like a Terminator through downtown Los Angeles.
I think it's time for Bungo to try the art of disappearing again.
Okay.
Bungo turns to Weeks and says, "Well, good luck, mate."
You should probably get a shadow boy for that.
Bye.
So, Todd, you don't have to roll. Bungo slips into the darkness, scurrying down a corridor, leans back, lets out a breath, confident that he's hidden, and there's a voice. Here I am the shadow. And the wraith is behind him, hands grabbing him, pulling him into the darkness, and then Zip takes the crown off the head of the Lord. Bright light shines behind Bungo. He turns and sees the wraith as she should have been, as a noble woman of Numenor, and she smiles for just a second before she crumbles into dust. The curse of the House of Hyderian is broken.
Bungo realizes that he has to have a very awkward conversation with Weeks.
Yeah.
So, Herc and his henchmen keep flinging arrows at Zip until Zip clambers inside, and the two bandits beat a retreat. They're not going into the tower, which they still believe to be haunted. You guys reconvene and are able to, at your leisure, explore the tower.
Oh, this is actually quite nice in here. Now that you look at it, you could tell a little paint and,
Hey guys, this is my buddy Weeks.
Ah, Weeks, hello, I'm an elf.
Hi there, Wakes.
Hey,
See, he's a dwarf.
yeah, thanks.
So, Weeks, about that whole little disappeary weary act I was on.
No, it's fine. I was going to push you down and run away.
As long as we're on the same page.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's totally fine.
you want to get
Weeks.
high?
Yeah.
Weeks, I'd hate to cavort with dwarves more than I have to, but I've often considered using our young Bungo here as a human shield, so I understand what
Yeah,
you mean, yes.
I get it.
And it could still happen tonight, maybe. I don't know. Hook
Nobody
horseman-
knows what the future holds, right?
Yeah, you know.
So you guys explore the tower. On the ground floor, hidden by debris, you locate a trap door leading you to an underground chamber filled with
Zombies! Oh,
filled with a hoard of treasure.
Holy shit.
But that is where we'll end tonight.
All right.
You have conquered the Hall of Hyderian. Well done. Next week we'll do a fellowship phase, which is where you can advance your abilities with experience, and we'll talk about the treasure you get. So what did you guys think about the One Ring?
I really like this. I mean, there's a lot to it, but God damn it, it's pretty impressive how much of the thematic elements of Tolkien are actually worked into the tangible mechanics of the game.
yeah, it's a lot of good tangamics.
Corey, try not to use so many technical terms.
No, it's probably the most complicated game we played so
Yeah.
far. And pretty damn tough. Like, hitting
Yeah.
these target numbers are pretty hard.
Yeah. I would say the only, as far as complexity goes, the only game we've played so far comparable to it is Dune.
Dune, and Aliens up there, man.
yeah, Aliens.
Yeah.
Well,
Still
yeah,
up there.
Alien was, I
Yeah.
keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only so many Beatles songs.
That's right.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to keep playing the One Ring?
I'm down. Like,
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay,
like
I'm
there's
really...
always a learning curve for us because we're dumb.
yeah.
But like, I like the characters. I think it'd be fun to keep playing it.
I'm really glad that y'all want to do that because I've actually legally changed my name to Bungo Tuk-Tuk.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So the next session immediately following this one, I think, is going to be Star Wars. But after that, we'll come back to the One Ring and we'll do a fellowship phase where you do experience points and do some downtime, and then go into the next adventure arc.
All
Okay.
right.
That
So we'll
sounds good.
basically wrap this one up next time we come back to One Ring.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And start a new adventure.
Yeah, and we'll roll on the treasure. Remind me for you guys to roll on the treasure. The fellowship phase is pretty cool. I just don't think it's like a whole. I don't think it'll take like a full session. So we'll do it and then start a new mission for Gilrayan most likely.
Okay.
So yeah, we thanks for listening. Thanks to our Patreon members.
Yeah, we had Sean Weeks again this week, and Herc Oarsman finally appeared
Yeah.
in all his glory,
Who's not dead
and then scampered away into the darkness. Yes, he's still alive.
to trouble you again.
He's still out there.
I really wanted him to shoot Austin, but that was very clever. Blinding him with your shield.
That was a pretty good move, I got to say.
No, don't worry. Next time he's gonna cut his own eyes out, so you can't do it again.
Let's not underestimate Bungo singing a song to the deadly wraith.
Hey, it worked.
I sung at her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice little.
A lot of singing.
Yeah, we should collab sometime.
Thank you to Barrel and Bond, our sponsor.
Thank you, Barrel and Bond. Bourbon, paradise on earth. Thanks.
No wraiths.
Yeah. So we are going to go. We're going to do one Star Wars session And I think we're going to start with Edge of the Empire, the Star Wars system from Edge Studios, technically now.
So cool.
Does that mean new characters and everything?
Well, that's up to you guys. You can keep your characters and we can just convert them, or you can make new characters.
Okay.
Okay.
So
We shall see.
Edge of the Empire is a totally different system.
It's a totally different system. It has some similarities.
It's still in space, right?
It's still in space, yeah. It'll still be...
Because I hate these caverns.
Yeah, right. It's still going to be... You guys will still be smugglers and ne'er-do-wells.
Sure.
It's that... it's literally Edge of the Empire.
It's actually called Edgelords of the Empire, and like you spend the whole game complaining about how bad Last Jedi is.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you can make new characters or not. If you do make new characters, that'll be a Patreon episode.
Okay, cool.
But if not, we'll just convert over and continue the adventures of the Space Bird, crew of the Space Bird.
Yes. Yes.
And then we will come back to Zip, Ezel, and Bungo, and maybe Weeks as a henchman. I don't know. He might go with you guys.
Well, we got them horses.
yeah. And Colby and Kenny.
Right.
The sort of good horse and the asthmatic horse.
Yeah, so we got some stuff coming up. So thank you guys. I hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.